Joining us now at the Scouting Combine in Indianapolis. Busy day for the defensive backs, and it is LSU cornerback Mansoor Delane, projected to be. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. He's projected to be a top 10 pick. We don't want him to know. We don't want his head to get too big.
Yeah.
Welcome. How are you?
Pleasure to be here. Appreciate y'all having me.
No, of course,
How's
man.
it feel to hear your name as a projected top 10 pick in the NFL draft?
Man, I still, like you said, don't even believe it. I don't let my head get too big. The process isn't over yet. So until I hear my name called, I still don't believe in myself.
You could still be a top 5 pick. It could keep
exactly,
going up.
I'm
could
not
get
even
better.
settling at 10. I'm trying to go as high as possible.
Well, one of the coolest things I like about this guy, because you got to have it, right, to be a DB. Mm-hmm. Jim Thorpe Award a finalist, right?
Yes, sir.
But my man's a little chippy. He's a little salty too. Little salty. Yeah, I like it. I saw this quote. We got some researchers that so before the year you weren't even on the watch list for the Thorpe.
Yeah, I took that personal.
Yeah, you should.
I wasn't even on the watch list. So I was like, okay, cool. Like that's how we think. That's how y'all view me. So I took that personal. Finished as a finalist. I'm cool with Caleb. So I tell Caleb every day,
that's
man.
Okay, but
that one hurts right there, but
right.
I think I should have got that one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He had a lot of hype with that Ohio State team.
For sure. He deserved it.
No, he is deserving. Safety, corner, and he edged you out.
Sure.
All right, you end up at DB University. You came from Virginia Tech, which also has had some pretty damn good DBs through the years too.
Sure.
But how did it happen? What led to the transfer?
For sure. Kind of made that decision around my last year to either go to the draft or enter the portal. I was getting 3rd, 4th round draft projections, and I've always kind of viewed myself as a 1st round player, so I thought there was more meat on the bone. Entering the portal kind of wasn't really about, the most money for me. It was about playing at a school that was the closest thing to the NFL.
Right.
If I didn't go to the NFL.
Yeah.
And I was looking at schools like Alabama, Ohio State, LSU, and ultimately, LSU was the best opportunity for me, and made a great decision.
Real quick right off of that, just what was the difference in the player that you played against? Because we talk about this, SEC, Big Ten football right now, right? The difference between the player you might have been seeing in the ACC, no disrespect to it, to the SEC, right?
For sure. I say them big boys.
The big boys.
The big boys. I think the skill players, everybody has skill players,
yeah,
for sure.
Right.
But the big boys, and then I'll say the expectations. Just of the SEC, that's the big thing. You constantly on the biggest, networks.
Right.
All the eyes are on you, so it's just up to you to go handle your business.
Yeah. Good answer, though. You're right about that all the way.
Speaking of business, your brother served as your business manager and personal assistant of sorts because of the NIL stuff. And it's a great point. There's so much to worry about. So many different things to make sure you have taken care of. You're paying taxes on the money that comes in, for example. So I assume it can be overwhelming for a guy who, I know it would have been for me at your age. I went from having no money to having money. What do I do with this money?
Nah, for sure. It's great to have a family member like that, who can look out for you. And, my job was to focus on football. I didn't worry about how much money I made. To be honest, I don't know how it sounds, but I didn't check my bank account at all. I wasn't like, how much, am I making this month or whatnot. I was focused on playing ball, and, getting that next check, getting that big NFL check. So, I've been fortunate to have people take care of that aspect of my life, and, I appreciate that.
You, work top 10 pick. You working out?
Sure. I had a procedure done at the end of the year, so I'll probably end up running and stuff like that at Pro Day.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Don't worry. Your tape is gonna say enough, so don't
sure.
feel bashful about it.
Sure.
I know you're chippy and want to play ball.
Yeah. I'm competitive, so it really hurts me. Like I really want to run, but it's just not the smartest thing to do right now. Just timetable.
Don't put a number out there that's gonna hurt you, right?
It's not. Nothing's gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt me.
Yeah, okay.
Will you be ready to go for a Pro Day?
He's a DB.
Yes, sir.
So he'll be good to go for the Pro Day.
Yeah. You're gonna see a number for sure.
Yeah.
Make sure the team.
Well,
see
he
that.
might get to a point too where some of these guys we've seen where it's going to be like guys like me are going to watch film, the league's going to start watching him more, and they're going to go, we don't really give a shit what he runs. He's fast. He runs with every receiver there is, and I would not be shocked if that happens with this guy right here.
Tell me about your dog, Nola.
Nola. Yeah, I love Nola. That was my first first dog when I got to New Orleans. So, you know, I named her Nola. You know, again, maybe I was just a little lonely, you know, moving from, you know, Virginia Tech, you know, to LSU. So I think, again, with her, just, you know, being able to kind of, you know, take care of another life, you know, was a big, you know, step for me. Realizing that, you know, I was selfless in myself, not just everything didn't revolve around myself, but, you know, having to come home to take care, you know, of something. I think that was a big.
What kind of dog is Nola?
Yeah, what kind of dog?
It was an American Bulldog.
Okay.
It's, yeah, a bully. So, you know, she a little crazy, but, you know, I love her to death.
Is she still young?
She a puppy. She's like 11 months.
Yeah, so they.
Yeah. I'm coming home from football practice to, God knows what in the house.
But isn't it great though? Isn't it great?
Eating your couch.
Eating my stuff.
Best thing about having a dog, good day, bad day, doesn't matter.
They love you.
Yeah, and sometimes you need that little kick.
Nah, for sure.
Man, if they love him, they'll love anybody. So, you know, that's
Hey,
for sure.
this is a guy who has chickens to love.
I do. I got dogs
got
too.
chickens.
Y'all baby.
High school. What sports do you play?
Shoot, I wrestled, play football.
Okay.
Wrestling helped a lot.
You
That's
don't hear that
character
from corner much.
Wow.
Wrestler, like I'm not gonna lie. I played in the NFL for 8 years. My dad played for 15 years. I don't know if I ever had a corner that wrestled.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think wrestling that developed a lot of character. You know, again too, then tackling wise too. You know, it's a feisty little sport, so I think that definitely translated to football too.
Okay. You got your eye like on a number you want to wear in the NFL? Yeah.
Sure. Not really. You know, I love 7. You know,
Yeah.
7 always been my favorite numbers, and 4 obviously 2 would be cool. But you know, in the NFL, you kind of have to earn your keep.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to doing that either.
All right, 7. You talked to any of these LSU DBs that are already in the NFL to give you a little experience or what to expect here?
For sure. You know, just reaching out to those guys. And again, that's another reason why I came to LSU, to have those resources. You know, to ask those guys, you know, how do they do what they do at such a high level. And I really appreciate those guys for giving me feedback and, you know, adding to my game.
Who'd you talk to a little bit?
So we got Patrick Peterson.
Yeah, Patty P, and he wore 7, right?
Yeah, he wore 7.
Yeah.
You know, you got some of the guys, Tyron Matthew.
Damn, another 7.
Another 7.
Yeah.
Who else? Stingley and his pops was big.
You see them around a little bit?
You see them around for sure.
Right.
You know, they were big into the VR. So I haven't heard of that before. You know, I got to LSU, so I was doing a lot of virtual reality reps before I even played a game.
Wow.
So that was cool too.
It's funny, a lot of programs use that, and they don't talk about it much because it's good.
It
really
is
good.
good.
Right?
It's that and some of the other technology. Yeah, teams are like, we don't want the other team to find out right now.
For sure. Yeah. Nah, it's definitely a little boost, a little edge right there.
All right, you don't seem like you're a bullshitter so far, okay? You're on your game here, but I do want to know who's the first quarterback you want to pick off in the NFL? Come on, don't be shy.
Let me see. I'd say Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
That's my favorite quarterback.
Of course.
So, you know, you pick off your favorite quarterback.
Exactly.
That's the best thing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
All
So
right.
I got to go him.
All right, and what's going to be the receiver in that go-to moment when that first time you're going to be like, damn, I'm about to cover this dude right here one-on-one?
So I would just say, like, with Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, you know, I think, you know, he's respected in the league. You know, and I like to, you know, try to take the head off the crown first. So, you know, I feel like,
I hear
you know,
you.
that's somebody I'm looking forward to going
LSU
against.
on LSU crime. Look at that.
Before we let you go, look into the camera, say hello to anybody you would like to say hello to.
Sure. Family, you know, obviously I appreciate y'all for everything. You know, I'm not here by myself. I didn't get here by myself, so I just appreciate everything, you know, y'all have done for me.
All right.
That was
all right.
awesome.
First thing you're going to buy with that NFL money?
Another dog.
Another dog, you know, some dog food, some treats. You know, it was expensive, so I'll probably get some of those.
Some things to chew on other than your
Other than my
furniture.
shoes and my chairs, so I'll get her some expensive treats.
All right, hey, Mansoor, congratulations on your success. All the
Sure.
best. Top 10, top 5. Keep it going, buddy.
Appreciate
And
it.
we look forward to seeing where you land in the NFL.
Cool. Appreciate y'all.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.